Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how you can breed pals in the game Palworld, a complete guide step by step. To breed pals you need this item called a breeding farm. You unlock it once you get to level 19. So level up, catch more pals, and eventually you reach level 19 and this is the time where you can actually spawn it. Now in order to create the breeding farm you need 3 items. Wood you get from chopping trees, stone from hitting rocks, and fiber. So let me show you how you can get fiber. In order to get fiber, you need to chop trees with an axe. Axe you unlock at level 1 in the technology tree, so make sure to unlock it. Then you find trees, hit the tree with the axe, you're gonna see you get wood and fiber as well. So again, once you have all the items, it's pretty easy to actually get early on, but again, you need to get to level 19 in order to spawn it. One important note again, if you're placing it, you can actually place it just a bit further outside of the line of the base. It still work, but the problem is that it's better to put inside. If the line crosses vertically, like splitting it into half, from this wood, you're gonna find that they're gonna walk on this border and sometimes gonna get out without actually staying in, or they won't sleep there and just go out. So make sure to put the structure inside your base. Now the next thing you need is, before we get into the choosing the 2 pals, you need a cake. The cake is used for breeding. You see a dish eaten during celebration. It is essential with pals lay eggs at the breeding farm. And for that you need flour, red berries, milk, egg, and honey. Right? With all of these ingredients, I'm going to show you how you can get them. Now honey you're going to get from either capturing or eliminating these ones. The big red and Elizabeth, those 2. Now their location, this is for big red. You're gonna find, by the way, 2 of them at the same place, but this area on the map, this is where you can find them. See, kind of more or less the same, except here you're gonna find them here. Right? So again, eliminate them or capture them and they will drop you honey. Now the cool thing, they are coming in groups, so you can get quite a few of the honey that you need. For example, in the map right now I'm here and you can see there are small one. The small one can explode, by the way. Keep in mind it's easy level, so I won't actually die, but if they can run after you and explode, and just be careful. Gliding fast away from them can help if you're using a fast glider, but their damage is high and they push you as well. You can see the honey on the ground. I'm full, so I didn't take it. Same goes to the other one. There's going to be honey there as well. Alright, so that's how you get honey. Next one are berries. Well, berries you probably already know. You can find them in the start area. They're kind of bushes with little red flowers. These are the ones. Just go and pick them up, and there should be plenty of them around. Now regarding eggs, you're gonna find them in the wild, like you see here, or you can use a chickpea, like this little, you see them, roosters. You can put them in a range, and sometimes they're gonna lay eggs. If you actually checked it in the held eggs, you're gonna see that this is actually what's written there. So this is a range, and you need to put them inside. Again, if you take the chickpea in the Paldax, you're going to see that it mentioned that if you put them in the range, sometimes they're going to lay eggs. Now, just for general knowledge, if you want to unlock the range, you're going to unlock it at level 5. You need wood, stone, and fiber. You already know how to get them. Stone, by the way, you hit the rocks, of course. So you should be good to go if you want to go this path. Keep in mind, we're going to talk about merchants where you can buy some of the stuff for the cake, but this is just a bit later. Now the next one is milk. Milk you get when you capture Mozzarina. As you can see, sometimes produces milk when assigned to a range, all right? So if you put it in the range, you're also going to get milk like you get with the chickpea. When it gives you eggs, this one gives you milk. And where you can find it, if you go to Habitat, you can see the area where, the location where you can find the Mozzarina is here. All right, so we covered almost everything. We covered honey, egg, milk, and red berries. And now flour, how you can make flour. Now for flour, well, we need several things. First of all, if you go to the technology tree, at level 15, you're going to see wheat plantation. All right, for that we need, you can see wheat seeds, wood, and stone. So where do we get wheat seeds? From merchants. For example, one merchant that I go to is pretty close to the starting area here. All right, so if you go to the small settlement, keep in mind, at this merchant and some other merchant, you're going to find some of the items, both the seeds, you see sells for 100 gold, and some other ones like the eggs, like the milk, like the berries. You can even buy wheat to make the flour. It's up to you to decide whether you want to do it in your base on your own or you want to spend money in order to do it. Keep in mind, when you are buying stuff, they will, of course, you're going to lose them over time, right? Unless you're going to keep them refrigerated, which is allow them to stay for longer. So don't just go and buy tons of milk and spend all your money buying all this stuff, because eventually you're going to start losing them over time. So you can see when I buy one, you can see it already has a timer, right? So make sure not to spend everything and just worry about losing it. Just get into the situation where you need to breed now because I need to make a cake. Also, cake takes lots of time making as well. We're going to show you in a moment. So don't buy a lot until you want to start breeding, and then spend the right amount just to make a few cakes for the breeding. Once it's ready, you go to the food tab and then you can spawn it. Let me just show you for a moment. And basically, you need to water it as well. So if you have pellets that has watering and have planting, they're going to do this automatically for you. So you can see they're already doing it, using seeds to plant. Oh, no, right now they're helping me to build it, but they're going to also seed it. For example, leafman can seed. You see this little leaf there, green. So this is the one that can do it. Other ones can do this as well. Sometimes maybe there's one that can do both. And for watering, you're going to see the blue icon there with the number 1 there. So for example, Pingolet can actually water it as well, and others as well. So you can just check out which one you have. The next thing we need is meal. At level 15, you see meal. You see facility for milling wheat to produce flour. Requires spell with the watering suitability to spin the water turbine. All right, if you have water, that's great. You need it. Otherwise, it won't work. You need wood and stone in order to craft it. Once you craft it, this is how it looks like. So again, after, if you have a gatherer, you're going to put it inside boxes, but if not, you're going to see it and you can actually grab it. And then you can come here, select recipe, select flour, and you should have wheat by now, and you can just use it in order to craft it. All right, can take some time, depends how many you want. And click start production. All right. Now keep in mind, you see, I can interact with it. We need somebody with water in order to do it. So the one with the water, for example, like this one, once it finishes, probably going to come here. Once I just grab him, come here, and he's going to just do it. I can't do it myself. For example, he already left his position and now he's watering it. So you can see flour is being made and I can just go and acquire it. Thank you very much. Now the next thing we need is a cooking pot, and this is, you unlock it at level 17. You need wood, ignite, and flame organ. Right, flame organ you get from capturing or eliminating fire-based enemies, and quite a few of them, of course. Again, you're going to find them throughout, so it's not like I'm going to point you, but again, if you go to the most left side of the map, you can find plenty of them, but there are lots of them all around the map. And you also need the ingot, and then you're going to get this. Of course, you already should know this by now, but basically, you're going to get your pickaxe, and you find this type of rock. No, this one. Put the pickaxe and just hit it, and you're going to get ore from it. Okay, you need this ore, and then you need to make sure that you have the primitive foreigns. You should have it by now. If so, if not, make sure it's crafted. And you can't actually do it yourself. You need somebody with kindling ability. You need to choose ingot and then use the ore in order to craft it. So for example, I click craft, and I can do it myself. So one that have the kindling option will do it for you. Once it finishes, you can actually grab it. Then you're going to spawn the item, and you can select the recipe. And then if you have all the ingredients available, you'll be able to craft a cake. Keep in mind that crafting a cake takes time. You can have somebody with kindling do it for you. By the time you come back, keep in mind this also have a timer. So if you create one, just keep in mind that it will also rot at some point. Right? So see, he's doing it for me, so I can just go, right? But it can actually help him to make it faster. It's going to be much faster when you do it together. But you see, even then, it's pretty slow, right? So it does take time. If you just want to go and do something else, let them do it for you, you can. But it takes a lot of time. Probably one of the slowest thing you can actually craft in the game. Once it's ready, you take it, but you can see I'm just going to show you it as a timer. All right, 20 minutes. Now you need to choose the one that you want to breed. We need female and male of the same type. Keep in mind they are hybrids, but this is not for this video. People still trying to figure out which other options there are there for hybrid. But again, if you want to just breed regularly, you need to one female and one male. You can see the symbol at the top right. You want to go with ones that have the better, let's say, genes in quotations. So you want this actually to be, hopefully, to be inherited to the newborn. Also add them to the base. So because you need to pick them up and throw it there. So I'm just putting them in the base. Then you need to take both of them and just throwing into the hatch there inside. And you can see that, you see we have one, we just need the other one. Now we have the second one, right? Great, but we need the cake. Now I already have the cake, that's why it's actually started. But you see this box, you need to open the box. I already have a cake there from before, so it's actually working. But if not, put the cake there, and then the breeding started. Now keep in mind, if you have 2 cakes, for example, or more, they'll continue staying and breeding for the second cake. All right, it's up to you to decide if you want more. Just put several cakes and they will continue breeding. Each breed eventually will lead to an egg that spawns inside. And that's the moment. You see there's an egg there that spawned, and I need to just get the egg and put it in an incubator. But wait, how do you get the incubator? Well, in the technology tree, you see that ancient technology. This is the one that we need. To unlock the ancient technology, you need to eliminate one of the world bosses. This means that the different bosses, there's big enemies that are spread around the world in towers, and also if you check them out, you can see those bosses marked on the map. If you eliminate them, they will give you ancient technology points. In ancient civilization parts, which you need stone, you know, to get. Regarding clothes, you should already have now the regular workbench, which you need to craft. This is where you're gonna craft clothes. To get the cloth, the best way to get it continuously is having wool continuously dropped for you, and you can get tons of it if you put the land ball, the ship-looking one, inside the range. This is the one. So if you put it inside the range, it will drop you wool, and lots of it. And the Paldium fragment, you probably already know where to get it, but just in case, this is the one. This blue rock give you Palladium fragments. Again, next thing, you're gonna take the egg and put it in an incubator or one of your incubators, and it will take a relatively short time. So this is the one that I got. It's fire, as you can see, because those were actually fire, and it takes around less than 2 minutes in order to complete. Now make sure you have fire around it, so it will incubate 50% faster. If it's cold, it's going to take longer. And once it's ready, you can just hold. I'm holding F on the PC. And I got one, as you can see, Fox Packs, but with Lucky and Waterproof. So basically, he got the Lucky from a Lucky Pal. But the other one, you got the attributes that I didn't like. Basically, if you want to bring those that have good attributes, either just good attributes, or you kind of rest assured that you're gonna get something other than maybe an attribute that you don't want, something that is good rank, and basically a good pal that have good genes. So there's a higher chance that you're gonna get what you want rather than something that you don't like. You can also see that the other cake actually made another egg for me, while I actually, I had 2 cakes there. So this is another egg. So again, more advanced stuff will come in another video. So make sure to subscribe to my channel. Hope you find this one useful for you to know how to go from nothing to create the ability to breed pals in the game Palworld. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.